What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Vince Perri here, your business broker, exit planning strategist. And today we have a very unique show. We've got Nikki Blackheart and Domino. These are two professional championship wrestlers that we have on the show. Adrian, one of them, is one of my best friends. Nikki is a professional. She also sells life insurance, health and annuities, believe it or not. And two very, very successful individuals that I admire a lot. You're not going to want to miss this show. We go deep on mental health, marketing, advertising, branding, and everything you honestly need to know to scale your business. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this one. This is a great one. Let's do it right now. In 3, in 2, in 1. Welcome to the show. We've got a very, very special show here this time is because, well, number one is we got one of my best friends for a very, very long time. We've got Mr. Adrian Castro here, also known as Domino.
Domino, dale. Aquí, thank you for having me.
Yes.
I know we could have done this just over the phone or however, but
How would we do this over the phone?
I don't know. Just every time we have a conversation.
I've been wanting to get you in here for a while, but before we talk about that, we've also got Nicole here. Nicole is also known as Nikki Blackheart. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
So it's pretty exciting because we've got two professional wrestlers here with us today. And
two champions, all right?
Two champions, as you can see with the belts here. So number one, Adrian, I want to thank you for coming on. I've been wanting to have you on for a while because not only have we known each other for a long time, but I do see you and Nikki, you as well, as very excellent marketers and very understanding of the importance of brand and how to build a brand and take it to the next level. And you guys both are doing that by having professional careers, but also being professional wrestlers and using professional wrestling as a way to market yourselves.
Absolutely.
So, Adrian, I'd like for you to start with that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I know it's something we've always talked about and you've always been a big supporter, but not only a supporter, you've always been a big inspiration over our years of friendship. And you've always been one to push me. And not only to push me, but you've always done a great job of being authentic, genuine with your branding and your marketing.
I'm not sure how I've done that, though. I push you.
It's just inspiring to see you, pursuing your goals.
You as well, man. You as well.
But yeah, I think as far as like marketing for me, it's always been something first and foremost that I've always been like passionate about. I've always focused on things happening, whether it was with Union, Panolos, whether it's my own brand, on how I tackle things. I've always, my main thing, and it kind of happened like subconsciously, was my main goal was always for things to not be rushed or forced, for everything to be organic. And I think through doing things organically, you start seeing people connecting to things more. Again, whether it's in professional wrestling, whether it was with Union Beer Store and the things we were playing and the vibe we were curating. And it's something that I feel passionate about because it's an outlet for me to share things that I'm passionate about to others, and then seeing everybody connect, and therefore enjoying everything and connecting together is always the ultimate goal.
Authenticity is what sort of comes to mind when you say that.
Well, yeah, when I think branding and marketing, my main factors for a successful whoever's marketing a product or whatever it is always authenticity and just an organic development of what it is you're trying to portray. I know with marketing comes you're trying to sell a product, right? But no, like my intention is never to sell anything. It's just for you to connect and enjoy what it is that moment or feeling I'm trying to portray. And with authentic energy and genuine energy.
Well, that's why the personal brand now these days is so important, because people need to connect with you first as an individual before they could even start connecting with the brand, which is why, Nikki, I like how on your page you have in your wrestling page and in your personal brand page, you also have links, which I always encourage people to put their links to their business and the things that they're doing, because they want to see you first. They want to get to know you first as a person. And then from there, oh, okay, well, let me check her out. Let me check the profile. Let me see what she does and stuff like that. Don't you agree? Or
Absolutely. And this is something that I've learned even doing phone sales, is that people never really buy the product. They buy you first before anything.
Absolutely.
Because there's multiple people that do the same thing as you do. What makes you stand out is how you portray yourself, the way that you carry yourself, how you carry conversations, how you interact with people. And I think it's really important for people to understand that, like, if you are genuine, that's the way to go. And if people know that you are genuine, they're always going to go to you. So there's a lot of people that are going to sell you a dream and not really follow through.
Right.
But if people know that you're consistent and the way that you are, and you keep posting the same thing, and it's like, this is literally me, and this is what I do every day. It's going to be really hard for me to lie to you if you see me doing the same thing every single day. So I think consistency is key,
the consistency by far is the most important thing. Now, we were talking about before the show, Nikki, how you are also sell life insurance and annuities and health insurance and stuff like that. Like that's like your professional career, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to insult
my 9 to 5 before my 5 to 9.
Exactly.
Hey.
How has becoming the CCW champion helped your professional career as well?
One thing about social media is that things happen fast. Like there are things that are, it's like, you post every single day for years and nothing, right? And then one day, one thing, and next thing you know, everyone knows who you are. So
just like the gentleman that saw you in the lobby when you came up.
Say Nikki Blackheart. I'm like,
well, tell me the story behind that, because you've recently had a few viral posts go crazy.
Yeah, it was insane because same thing. I always post consistently. I always try to get my brand out there, get my name out there. And I still get interactions. People still knew, everything. And then one day someone randomly took a picture that I had posted the day before, and it started getting a lot of attention. They're like, oh my God, this looks like, Soraya, or formerly known as Paige, the buff version, So everyone started reposting it and commenting on it. And then finally she reposted it and she's like, gave me compliments and all of that. And I was like, I need to get an X account. I'm like, I don't have an X account. I was like, I'm horrible. I'm so like, I'm an old lady when it comes to some things. Don't get me wrong. So finally get an X account, and stuff started dying down a little bit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, let me just continue posting here just to get,
on X,
just to get more content out there. And then I suddenly post a power slam that I did. So this was like on a Tuesday, and I had the match on that previous Saturday. And all of a sudden I wake up and it went from no views to almost 3 million.
Wow.
And I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, that power slam was seen by a lot of people.
Shout out to Nikki though, for since we're talking about like marketing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the mind of a marketer right there, right? Like, okay, let me take advantage, let me create an X account.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's the mind of a marketer, and it came from an authentic place,
Right.
But I think props to you for like taking the initiative on that,
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I bug Domino about a lot of stuff, like before I post anything, or I'm like, hey, how's this sound? This is lame. Like, would this catch me heat? Like, am I getting canceled?
Now I see why you guys get along.
we work together. We're very similar in the way that we think in a lot of stuff. And, because it's good to have an outside view too, because a lot of times we get in our heads about, we see the same thing. So if you hear the same thing coming from the same person, a lot of the times you can
tend to overthink things too, and then sometimes you need that outside voice. Like, how does this sound? Oh, okay, and then it kind of justifies what you were thinking, or it gives you a different perspective.
Yeah,
right.
But I think always keeping like that circle of like people is important. Like I have a small circle of people that I run ideas by. Like, how does this sound? Because you want the outside perspective, right? But you want to stay true to like the image or what you're trying to portray. So I think like having that creative circle is like valuable, super valuable.
Are you still working full time as selling life insurance and everything?
Yes, I'm still working full time.
Do you notice that the business has gotten better since you've become more Instagram famous, I guess we would say?
So I haven't, and that's something that I will be announcing next week. I'm going to intertwine everything together because I feel like having a lot of different personas, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like insurance lady wearing business clothes on a Saturday.
That's why the personal brand. That's why I just recently did this. I just recently
it's a nice logo.
I just created my own logo with my name, and that's it. I'm
I
just
like
doing
it.
that.
Very simple. Yeah, I'm simplicity, aesthetically pleasing. I don't like a lot of clutter.
No, but I was the same way. Where I was
Looks
having a conversation with Domino. I'm not calling you Domino. I'm calling you Adrian. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want. But I was having a conversation with Adrian too, where it was just like he's got his personal account, then he's got his Domino account, then you've got your Panolo's account, then you got the Union Beer Store account, then you got all these things, and it's so difficult to keep track of all of them.
Yeah.
Which is why everybody just goes personal brand first.
So that's what I'm, leaning more towards, because I feel like at the end of the day, people know I wrestle. Clients have found my social media.
They find it cool too. They find it, wow, that's awesome. I actually want to work with that person.
She posted a picture. You had a conference or something out here, right?
Yes.
For work. And I saw a picture you put up with somebody, like a colleague that they recognize as a wrestler.
They're like, oh my goodness.
So she's in her business attire with the belt, like taking pictures of colleagues, but it's like they were fans, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool. Fun. It was definitely fun.
I saw a post you did recently where it was you started with the life insurance thing, and then it cut to you like just body slamming somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I do this, but also this, but also that was like a trending sound. I'm like, oh, I do all that too. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's awesome.
I think I need to, now that I know that you're tying everything into like your personal brands, and it's a conversation we had, and I know we like had planned to like maybe talk about it off the record. like that's where I struggle. Like I don't know. I'm still trying to strategize and how, because I have these 3 different brands and now I'm going into the mental health field. So I have 4 different platforms. So it's like, do I tie it all in together? So I'll be picking your brain.
No, I was gonna say,
And
I would
yours.
say absolutely, because at the end of the day, that's
Just do the
who you
Adrian
are.
Castro brand.
You know, it's at the end of the day who you are.
You
and
are those things.
Of
You
course,
are all
of
of those
course.
things.
Yeah.
That is, and at first, I think like the mindset is also because we fear what people are going to say.
Yes.
That's what it comes down
It's
to.
part of the
Yes.
human
It's
It's
condition.
like,
Yeah.
you wrestle? I'm like, hell yeah, I wrestle, you
Yes.
know? And that used to be my mindset. It was like, yeah, I do, I wrestle, like, kind of. And I'm like, yeah, I do that. Like, I show up to practice 3 times a week. I'm training. I'm constantly watching what I'm eating. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. So might as well be like, yeah, own it,
Yeah.
Like, own it.
Well, what I find is different people will connect with different parts of your brand as well.
Absolutely.
So like, that's why it's important to even show a little bit of your family life. It's always important to show of your workouts, because that person who's interested in the workouts are going to be interested in that part, which will attract them to your brand. That person thinks that your kid is cute because they also have a 3-year-old. They're going to be attracted to that. So they'll be attracted to your brand. So it's okay to have that. So it's okay to showcase all that stuff. But I hear you. A lot of people are afraid to say that, oh, but I'm a professional, I'm not a wrestler. It's like, no, wait, actually, that's kind of the coolest part about you.
Yeah.
You know?
To piggyback on what you're saying too, it's I think we're just all wired as like humans. We want to connect to things.
Exactly.
You know, like we want to connect. So yeah, people are connecting to whatever it is you're putting out there. If you have a platform and people have to consume it, whether it's a food brand, whether it's as a professional wrestler, whether it's as insurance, working in insurance, whatever it is, people want to find something to connect to if you have a product that you're, portraying out there. So I think it's super important to connect.
You've launched a lot of brands, several brands. Could you tell me about sort of some of the things that you've learned and sort of what has made you successful on social and branding and so on and so forth? Because I go to you.
A lot of cafecito.
I go to
Caffeine
you
is
for a lot of
key.
stuff. Like I had to pass this by you. I have to pass certain, because I know that you have a pretty good understanding of how to really market a brand.
It's something that's come with just doing it naturally.
Yeah.
It's not something, I mean, I went to school for business and of course took my marketing classes and whatnot, but it's something that I learned by trial and error. And I owe Union Beer Store the world, because that's where I got my footing for everything, all things branding, marketing. Again, it goes to what I said in the beginning. I tend to try to gravitate towards things that are trying to portray my authentic message or genuine message and what it is you're trying to convey and the message you're trying to convey. Hey, I've gotten to a place now. Before, I was just doing it and it was just based off of instincts and feeling my intuition and leaning a certain way, as long as it was aligned with, again, my authenticity. But I feel confident enough now that I've gotten to a place where, and it's because when I tackle something, I obsess over it and I don't stop until I achieve something. And I feel like based off the previous experiences I've had, I've gotten to that place where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like this. So I own it. So I own it now. And I'll tackle it. I'll tackle it full force until I accomplish it. And I know I can, whatever new venture, brand, or whatever it is. But again, it falls in line with sticking to the authenticity and being genuine about what you're trying to convey, what message you're trying to convey. And that's always my main, what I fall back on, for sure.
Do you feel like with each brand it's a different message, or is it pretty much still you, or are you just...
It's all still me for the most part. But for example, Union wasn't that necessarily wasn't me in the sense that, no, it was a beer store.
Yeah.
So the message we were trying to convey was we wanted the place to, the mission statement, if you will, was always, we want you to feel like you're in our living room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you were having a beer with us. So that was the brand, and that's what we wanted to focus, whether it was the nostalgic vibes that we had on the TV with the wrestling and the old school movies, whether it was the service we were providing, whether it was even the details of the coasters. That's one thing also is that I think has helped with me having a good concept of marketing and branding myself is the attention to detail. I am very detail oriented. The smallest of details is strategized always.
Like what, for example?
For example,
Like posting stuff on Tuesdays at 3:05 p.m.
Exactly.
I caught on to that after a while.
I haven't caught on to that one yet. It's okay.
Exactly.
Why Tuesdays?
Or no, I've done on Wednesday or Tuesday,
it's
but
just a thing.
whenever I post, I'll post at 3:05 p.m.
Yeah.
Even as something as small
By the way,
as
305 is our local Miami area code. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Dale.
Not 786, all right? We 305
That's right.
out here.
That's right. I still got my 305 number.
So something is look, nobody knows this, and I know nobody's gonna know it but I know it. And again, it sets the intent for what I'm trying to put out. So if I'm putting a song behind a post, for example, I'm posting it at the 3-minute mark with 5 seconds.
What?
And nobody will know. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's not necessarily a tip or a piece of advice. I think the tip there is the intention behind why I'm doing it. So I have a specific, very detail-oriented intention behind everything I do. So again, the coasters that we did at Unibeer Store, they were old school wrestling themed coasters. That adds to the nostalgic vibe we wanted to provide. The music, the TV, the arcade games. So again, it's the attention to detail, I think is crucial when you're trying to market yourself or brand yourself. And again, the authenticity.
Sounds to me like you got, what's that movie? The with the numbers, the 888, that the guy would like get obsessed
I do
with.
feel,
I love numerology. So
I
I'm
do.
gonna
What movie
say.
is that, dude?
I do feel like,
What is it? Number 23. Yeah, I think you got a problem,
I
bro.
do feel like that, where again, everything is always, and it's so like, and I was talking to Alfredo recently, and he like was saying like, dude, if there's something you do it. There's a reason behind why you do, and it's true. There's a reason why I do everything, and it's always strategized, whether it's a song I post or whatever it is. But speaking of the brands, that gentleman over there is the creator of the name Panolos, by the way.
We got our good friend Enrique in the studio today. One thing I've always admired about you, Adrian, is that you've always followed your passion. You've always followed your gut. You've always just sort of done whatever the fuck you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I've always admired that about you. What's like a message that you could portray to people to let people know?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Remember we used to send each other that all the time.
Just do it. Dude, hey, for me, the main factor in regards to that was I went through a tough time. Heartbreak, does that to you.
Success, I always say, is always on the backbone or on the back of one of your worst moments.
Yeah, exactly. And my therapist at the time was telling me, you're never going to be this motivated ever again in your life. So accomplish everything you can. And that's when Panolos was kicking off. And I put all my eggs into that basket.
Could you explain what Panolos is real quick?
So Panolos is a food brand focused on Cuban street food that I started. The reason it's called Panolos is because Manolo, for those of you that have watched Scarface, is Tony Montana's right-hand man at the bar at Union Beer Store.
I still think that the majority of the audience is still in Miami, by the way.
Yeah.
So I think people will get it.
So people at the bar, I got the nickname Manolo. And then that gentleman that we broke the fourth wall with, I started doing the Cuban steak sandwiches because
That was your favorite sandwich.
It was my favorite sandwich. I always wanted to do it. We needed food in order to operate the bar for on-site consumption during COVID. So Enrique was like, why don't you just switch, you're doing pan con bistecs, the Cuban steak
Oh,
sandwich.
is your idea, Enrique?
Nice. Why don't you just switch the P for the M? You're known as Manolo, you're Panolo now. I was like, genius. Perfect. And yeah, it worked. And I forgot where we're going to because I'm a rambling Cuban man.
Just following your passion, like literally saying, hey, you know what? I want to make a steak sandwich.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Something I did want to say as far as following passion. So at that time, I was focusing a lot on myself. If there's one thing I took from that and I will forever take with me is, something I would tell people is get out of your comfort zones. If something is too easy, you're not challenging yourself enough. Success comes from when you're the most uncomfortable. And I noticed that with starting the food brand. I noticed that when Union Beer Store started, leaving corporate America, working a corporate field in human resources, took myself out of my comfort zone, went to the bar.
Being here right now.
Yeah, being here right now, sweating. I probably got pit stains on my shirt. The wrestling, starting wrestling at a later age, is take yourself out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot comes from taking yourself out of your comfort zone and you challenge yourself and push yourself. And I'm sure you can say the same.
Yeah.
Nicole, what came first, the wrestling or your life insurance business?
Insurance.
Okay.
I've actually haven't been in wrestling that long. This is my second year in the business.
We both started kind of around
How
the
did
same
you
time.
start? How did
I
you
wasn't
start?
a wrestling fan growing up, so I had no clue about this business. I just kind of.
What's the story behind that?
I was in LA. Partner and I ended up going to WrestleMania. That year, I was like, I need something challenging for myself. I had done bodybuilding competitions before. I did the 75 hard, but there wasn't anything that would continue progressing. It was like, I do it and then it stops. Now I have to start something new. So I wanted something that I could continue, working towards or progressing in. And then I saw it and I was like, well, that looks really fun. I want to do that.
Right.
And here we are 2 years later.
Wow.
And shout out to our coach Gangrel for pushing us.
The old Gangrel.
Gangrel, I know with her, I think with her, didn't he tell you like, oh, okay, she picked up her shirts, was ready to train. They're like, okay, see you tomorrow or whatever. Like, no, I'm training.
Yeah, no, literally, I showed up and he was like, I shadowed one class and he's like, all right, you've seen enough, you can leave now. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving,
Yeah.
So
he like kicked you out? He didn't want you to...
Yeah,
He just didn't explain it,
he
yeah.
just, I don't know, I guess he was just testing me to see if I would show up the next day, and I did. And then day 3, I'm, over here taking a superplex, and I was like, they really wanted to get me out of the business,
Wow.
So
I'd like to ask each of you this question. I'll start with you, Nicole. How has it changed your perspective just on life? Like wrestling and just overall.
Oh my God, that deep so quick.
What have you learned from your 2 years of wrestling?
Honestly, I surprised myself a lot because the whole thing with the comfort zone, I was a person that, because when you get older, you start getting safer because, you get a lot of people telling you, oh, like, you have to do things a certain way or do this, or if you do that, you're going to fail, or, focus on that.
I'm sure people find out that you're wrestling. They're like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And it came from a lot of different angles, people that I worked with, my family, friends, they were just, giving me the side eye, like, why are you doing this? You have a successful career. Why, and
sure.
At the end of the day, it was like something that, because I was younger, I always loved the entertainment business. I was an NHL Florida Panthers dancer. I had done a lot of segments on TV and stuff.
So you've been
like
in front of a
extras.
crowd before.
I have been. This is a whole different, you know, when you're performing and having to think, and it's very different.
Yeah.
So, but I had been in front, and then in school, Model United Nations on the nerdy side, like I was like, saying speeches in front of hundreds of people.
Got it.
But again, totally different than cutting a promo. Like it's just a lot of different things that I'm like, I thought I would be good, but I wasn't. Yeah, but the way that I changed my perspective, not only did I have to put myself back into that position of like playing sports back in school, being coachable, having that humility that I understand. I'm like, you know what? I'm not the best at this. I'm starting over. Because a lot of people like to compare where they were at their previous industry, their success, and then trying to bring that same mindset into something that you have no idea about. For me, it's like, starting over. I had to be coachable. I had to be humble that I'm like, yes, I know that I can do a lot with all the skills that I learned throughout different verticals that I've done in my past, but also knowing that, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I do have to seek for guidance and learn new things and everything like that. So definitely gave me a different perspective.
It's called having a growth mindset. Carol Dweck, I think, is the author of the book. It's called Mindset, and she talks about you should always have a growth mindset, which is that one of continuously to learn and grow. And it seems to me like, I mean, you're learning something. Both of you learned something that you would never know how to do before, except for the fact you always tried to body slam me when we were younger. You've always been into wrestling. What about you? How's the perspective been like?
So sorry.
She hit on a lot of it, honestly, and I think it comes a lot with. It's definitely been one of the most if not the most challenging thing. Yeah. Physically, mentally. Yeah.
Most challenging thing I've ever done.
There were moments where there were moments I wanted to quit.
Oh my goodness.
There were moments I wanted to quit. I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to my body? I'm gonna hurt somebody. I almost broke somebody's neck. Like, what? Why am I like, so it's definitely been one of the most challenging things mentally and physically. But a lot like what Nicole was saying was.
It's Nikki Blackheart, bro.
Nikki Blackheart.
Yeah, get it right.
Seriously.
You should body slam me now. Is you come from a certain place, right, where you've accomplished certain things. And not that I went in with a sense of entitlement, but I just knew I had to go in with, again, humility, like you said. It's like, who am I? I'm like nobody. Yeah, I've accomplished all these things, but this is a whole new industry. And again, I think it forced us to work harder to prove ourselves. Like, and shout out to everybody at CCW. Like, dude, from Ozzy to Judy, like everybody that's running like the well-oiled machine that it is. Like picking up the boards, it's very labor intensive. Like setting up the rings, like again, coming from our backgrounds that we've accomplished certain things for ourselves. Like, no, we had to prove that person does not exist. This is a brand new person. It's a rebirth. So it's kind of a rebirth, but I think at the same time, it justified that whole feeling of pursue what you want to do, take yourself out of your comfort zone. Whenever you're feeling too safe, challenge yourself and get out and do something. Pick up a new hobby, whatever it is. Pick up, if you wanted to play guitar forever, pick it up. And again, it reinforced that feeling of taking yourself out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself.
Well, I
for
can
sure.
say you have been backslapping us in the chest for I don't know how many years now. You've always wanted to do this, and like
Yeah.
I think I speak Enrique and I could speak. We could speak the same. Where you have been wanting to do this for a very long time, and it's pretty cool to see you actually pursue it.
Yeah. Also with the gym too, like that was another thing. I've never lifted a
right.
weight. I've never lifted
Yeah.
a weight in my life until 6 months before I started, before I decided to start training to become a professional wrestler. So I took myself out of my comfort zone then, and it's been, it's been crazy. And I now I went from having a dad bod to a Bobby bod.
That father figure.
Yeah. Yo, father
Are
time
you one of
is
the
rough.
oldest
What
Oh,
in
sorry.
in the gym? Are you one of the older ones?
in wrestling? Nah, I'm the youngest.
Yeah, well, you know that's not true. Do you what's the do you guys I'll start with you, Adrian. Do you have like an end in mind? Like, do you see where this is going? Like, do you have like an idea of where this is gonna go? Or are you just staying in the moment and having fun with it?
The way I like to do things with anything I dive into is, and I get it, people are doing things for different reasons, and I totally understand. But me personally, when I tackle on a new venture, project, whatever it is, I do it to be the absolute best that I absolutely can, to get to the absolute highest, like
Of whatever it is that you're doing.
whatever it is I'm doing. So of course, I want to be.
So you want to be
in
the
front of-
WWE.
Of course, why do something? Me personally, again, people do this for different reasons. But if I'm tackling something, it's to be at the absolute top.
Can you see yourself there?
I've had visions of it. I've had visions at AAA, well, Kaseya Center, of course, on the top rope, and then, of course. If you're not daydreaming and having, again, we have to tap into like our inner child.
Yes.
And like, that's part of the human experience. And yeah, if you're not tapping into that, then like, wake up, the pieta.
Yeah.
and yeah, so I've definitely had those visions before.
Nikki, what about you? Because you're also a professional. You have what do you see? What do you see with all this? And now that you, maybe it's changed. Now that you've gone viral, and maybe there's some opportunities and stuff like that. Like, what do you see with where this is all going?
Honestly, it was always the same way. I'm the same, just
all
I don't
in?
know. I'm the type of person. It's like I do obsess over things. I'm like, what's the top? Who's at the top? Okay, I want that. And I've always been like that. And I think that that's what also, causes things to be the way that they are. My success is inevitable at some point, because it's like, if I literally do this every single day, at some point, shit's gonna stick,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's going
Yes.
to freaking stick.
Yes.
And it's crazy.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
go
no,
ahead.
it's finished.
No, I was just gonna say it's kind of like that trait, like that obsessive trait I feel like that we have. Like it's not. We're not encouraging people to have that. Like it's it's kind of a toxic trait. Like
you're gonna cry a lot.
I've lost partnerships. I've lost friendships.
Yeah.
I've lost opportunities.
It's a give and
because
take,
I
yeah.
obsess over these things, and I won't stop until I come. So it's not like a. I know we're speaking highly about it, but it's not encouraged. Like
it's not encouraged. I
but-
mean, again, it depends on
But it's
it
how
comes
how
with
you
the
see
drive.
yourself.
It comes with the drive that we have.
But
At the end of the day, everyone
every
wants to be successful at something, right?
Every
And, like,
uber
yeah.
successful person has been obsessed. You have to be obsessed with it.
And at the end of the day, if people are not buying into your dream, then they don't actually believe in you. And that's something that I had to learn, that you have to find people like that circle that we're talking about. Circle gets smaller every single time. Like my thing is airtight, where it's like you cannot get in or out. It's like you're stuck with me. Once I love you, like you're stuck with me, so you can't get in or out.
Sounds like a Dominican.
Whatever. Toxica. No, but and then that's it. And you have your why all the time. It's
Yes.
like my why has changed. It used to be, my mom, who I lost at an early age, and it was my siblings. I wanted to make sure that they were good. My why now is literally little Nicole. And it's crazy because I've never had that vision. And it's like, what would she do? Like, what chances did you give her? If you were to talk to her, what would you want to tell her? And it's like, everything that you thought you couldn't do, we're doing right now. And that's like the biggest goal. Because for me, and this is something I want to tell everybody, the biggest form of self-love is actually pursuing and doing the things that you told yourself you were going to do. And once I started like seeing that and understanding that, I was like, you can be literally unstoppable. If you really believe in your mind and you become absolutely insane, you have to be insane. If you become absolutely insane and you tell yourself, I am going to literally achieve everything that I want to do, at some point, even if you don't achieve what you want to do, stuff is going to come from it. because it's inevitable. If you
I
put
always-
yourself out there, it's inevitable.
I always say if you want something, you have to sense it, desire it, expect it. You have to sense it with all your senses. So closing your eyes, visualizing yourself there, feeling, touching, feeling the crowd, all that stuff. You want to desire what you want to acquire for others as well. So that's sense it, desire. But then like you're talking about now, is you just have to expect it. Like you just know it's
Yeah.
going to
Do
happen.
it.
Like you just know you're going to do whatever it takes because you know it's going to actually
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, because it's like you're doing all the right things and you're constantly doing it. And again, it's consistency because it's like it's showing up. Sometimes your 100% is literally just walking through the door and being like, dude, I'm here.
Exactly.
Like, that's all you're getting today.
And
I'm just here.
If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, there's a
Yes.
story in the book that talks about the guy digging for gold.
Yes.
And he comes within like 3 feet of it and then quits and then sells his machine to some other guy who, instead of just going and started digging, he did like some kind of mapping, geo mapping of it. And it turns out he was just like 3 feet away of striking rich.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing happens like with you with the Twitter thing and just in general, like if you have to be consistent, you have to keep pursuing what you're doing. And if you have your why, which I think is fantastic, and you're really passionate about it, then be obsessed because eventually you're going to hit that 3 feet, you're going to strike gold, and the sky's the limit after that.
And don't get me wrong, success looks differently for everybody.
Absolutely.
I
And
agree
that's
with that
something
as
that
well.
people need to also focus on because it's like, you know, to some people, they get to the same path that I want to go to or the same goal that I want to go to. And it's totally different. They're not on social media. They don't do all these things. It just looks different for everybody because everyone has different traits. So you also have to sit down and realize, it's like, what is my measure of success? Because to me, success is, yes, I want to make it to the WWE. That's success. But to a lot of people, you making it, that's just the beginning, right? So what goes after that? And to other people, it's also success is having a stable job, having children,
Of course.
wanting to be, you know, happy, wanting to be a wrestling fan. Like to some people that is success, being able to afford the WrestleMania tickets front row,
Yeah.
not being the wrestler, you know, killing yourself.
Right.
Like to some
Yeah.
people that is success. So you also have to really think about what is your measure of success and how far are you from that goal? Because success to me is totally different than success to other people. Some people don't feel successful, but I'm like, you show up to practice. Like you're pursuing your dream. You're able to work a job that allows you to pursue a dream of yours. Like a lot of people can't do that. There's people in wheelchairs that can't pursue their wrestling dream career.
I
know,
think
like,
for you guys
so
too, like
different.
success is just being able to pursue something that you just want to fucking do, just without
Absolutely.
anybody ever telling you what else,
Yeah.
you know, and you pursuing your dreams and then just following your passions.
I think there's a big stigma with the term. You hear the term success, and there's a big stigma, and it's tied into a monetary gain.
Always.
And I think we should change that stigma. And success does not mean monetary gain and your financial status. No, success is how are you living your happy life, and are you pursuing something that's making you put a smile on your face? Whether it's I finally got those groceries done. I finally folded my laundry. Whatever. That's like a success because you challenge yourself to do something. And again, it all comes down to like, I have, you know how much clean clothes I still have in my seto that I never folded, you know? But again, I think we need to break that stigma of success and monetary gain because like you said, success can mean
I think it
different things.
depends also what you use the monetary gain for because, you
course.
know,
Yes.
you strike rich and if you're a good person, if you're the right person, that money's going to go a long way for a lot of people around you, for your
course.
friends, for your family and everyone else.
Of course. Of course, absolutely. And let's be, I mean, yes, at the end of the day, like, we're all
Money's
here trying
nice.
to, we're all trying to survive. We're all just trying to survive out here.
Yeah.
You know, how do
Yeah.
we survive? Of course, money, you know? But let's challenge ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, let's challenge ourselves.
What do you got going on now? Domino, well, did you answer the question for wrestling for like what have you gotten at it or
Yeah.
okay
Yeah, I answered that one.
all right so what do you got going on now? What's next here
I don't know if
for
I can
Domino or
I don't
Adrian
know.
Castro or Banolo or whatever the hell your name is today?
So actually, it's funny because this next project, will I think be able to actually encapsulate everything.
So this will post in we got probably like either 3 or 4 weeks.
In 3 or 4 weeks,
Mhm.
which would be okay. I'm just scared.
It's probably 4, but I'm giving you 3 just in case I missed one.
How about this? It's something that I've been keeping secret for 3 years. It's very on brand. I feel now, funny enough, with the Domino character because I try to put on for my city, right? And I take care of my city. So there's an establishment in Miami that was existing, and it was a very heartfelt landmark in the city that closed down, unfortunately. It's making its comeback, and I'm honored and happy to
a
be a
bar.
part.
restaurant?
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to reveal that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know by me saying that.
We're supposed to keep it secret, but it's out there. We should be getting ready to open very soon. So I'm involved with that. I don't want to say the name yet, even though I'm sure a lot of people already know. People have been talking about
fine,
it for
you
a
don't
long
have to.
time already. But it's coming back. That's the next thing that's in line. And I think I'll be able to, whether it's panolos popping up, incorporating some no-ring death matches in the establishment. Gangrel, I know. We already talked about it. You'll be doing them out there. Maybe you will sub a no-ring death match.
Let's build up to that. Let's build up.
You guys haven't wrestled against each other, have
No,
you?
no,
Does
no.
that ever happen?
No.
No, right? I don't even know. That's a
Not in
stupid
their
question.
No,
gender.
intergender
No,
matches aren't
intergender-
really like a
No?
thing.
They
on a
do
professional-
happen, but they
yeah.
not at the
Certain independent
company that
promotions
we're
do it,
doing.
but-
I would
right
put my
now.
money on you over Adrian, like all day.
Oye, ten cuidado. But yeah, super exciting new project that's coming along. It's been 3 years in the making. The city of Miami is going to be extremely happy, I hope. And I will, again, it's something that I will be obsessing over and putting absolutely every ounce of energy, my soul, my passion, the blood, sweat, and tears cliche will be going literally because of the no-ring death matches into that establishment. And yeah, that's coming.
Oh, there's no ring.
No, so there's a concept called no-ring death matches.
Uh-huh.
Where you have like a metal band just playing and on the stage, and then in the pit, there's a hardcore match going down.
Ah,
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
So maybe I'll have panolos, then I'll be in the no-ring death match, and then I don't know, Adrian will be there somewhere.
Are you gonna do anything with your personal brand? You have an idea to do that?
I need to
Or you're not sure
strategize.
yet?
Like I mentioned earlier, I need
gotta
to
strategize on it.
strategize. I like to everything detailed to the T, to the name, to the underline under the logo and everything. But I think I should. I think it's again, it's whether I'm in the food industry, wrestling,
Yeah, this way
hospitality
it's just
now with
easier
this-
to just.
with the new project, getting involved. The ultimate goal is obviously to build the biggest platform I have so I can tackle the mental health advocacy, and then overall encapsulate all of it together. And I just need to see. I need to see from a branding perspective how that message can be relayed the best. Of course it's me overall, but how to tie in everything. Again, yeah, something I just need to put my crazy little brain to and strategize.
Yeah, just amongst your wrestling endeavors, amongst your sandwich and restaurant endeavors, amongst your new endeavor that you got popping off, you also are a huge advocate for mental health, which I admire a lot. I think that's freaking great.
Yeah, I think it's a very
Wearing the
similar.
shirt right now.
I'm wearing the shirt. Ponte la pila for mental health. It's all sweaty.
And that's why
already.
your color is green.
Green. My hair is green. I got the green tattoo. The shirt's green. It's green as the
I had
official color.
I had a
Mental health.
therapist on here. When was it? Last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'll post this coming Monday, and we went deep into that as well.
Nice.
And I asked her the last question I asked her, so we don't get all into it. The last question I asked her, what's one thing that you can tell the audience of just real quick that they could really think about? And she just says, practice the pause. I was like, ooh, that's good.
Practice the pause.
Practice the pause
I
because
love
we're
that.
just so
Yeah.
just moving in our heads all over the
Wow,
place.
I
And
needed to hear that today.
That's pretty cool because
That's wild.
a lot of what we hear in wrestling, especially in the early stages of wrestling, is slow down.
Yeah.
If you think you're
So
going slow,
can we take? It's always two Mississippi. Coach Gangrel always tells us
Yeah.
two Mississippis between everything, right? So can we take a two Mississippi pause?
I'll tell you what.
Wait, you're supposed to take the pause. Classic Cuban over here. Siempre acelerado. All right. You see it now? We're laughing.
No. So you know my wife very well.
Yes.
Apparently,
Kendo.
apparently July is like some moons are aligned in something or whatever, where it's like a time for reflection and meditation and stuff like that. So, we had a little ChatGPT help, and we came up with an entire month of like practice meditations, like intentional meditations and stuff like that. And no, it turned out really bad this week
never mind, take it back.
because this last week was the meditation on your inner child. So you had to focus on like your inner child and things and traumas and stuff like that. So I went deep in my meditation into all that stuff. This was like the worst week ever for me. And I didn't know why. I was just like, I felt overwhelmed. I felt whatever. So coming out of it now it starts to switch and I'm feeling like way better now. And what's funny though is that I'll give you an example. Like yesterday, I literally sat down the whole day and I just watched tennis. I canceled some appointments, I moved some stuff around, and I was just
Good.
like, you know what?
That's
I'm
important.
not going to work
Good.
today because nothing that's going to come out is going to be good for my mental health.
Dude, there's something that I always say, and again, it goes with the whole like moment of pause. And there's something always that I say, like, I need, and again, there's the stigma, right, that exists, like, oh, don't be a bitch, or oh, man up, or do this.
Yeah.
No, I need one day of the week where I am not doing a damn thing, and I'm going to decompress and gather my thoughts.
Or just know when that comes in and just stop.
And just stop. And there's been opportunities, whether it's been pop-ups or residencies, great opportunities are like, it's not aligning with where I'm at right now. I need to take the moment for myself. And that there's more value in that than however much I would have made if I would have ran at that market with the Bonolos brand or whatever. And yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's so important for people to know. Like,
Gotta be aware of
we
it.
need to value our time for us to do nothing. But we come from hustle culture, right? Especially as Hispanics.
Yes.
Hustle culture, do
Yeah,
it,
in
do
America,
it.
too.
And our parents that came in here struggling and hustling 3 jobs. But like, we need to learn to, and it's like we're recalibrating in a way because we're wired to hustle. So yeah, look, I need to learn how to decompress right now.
Practice the pause. Is that cool?
I love
It
that.
is.
I actually love
Practice
that.
the pause.
Nikki, we'll end it with you. What's next for you? What do you think you got going on here? Like, how are you going to continue to juggle, what you're juggling, and where do you see all of this going? What's next for Nikki Blackheart?
Yeah, so definitely rebranding my business. I want to tie everything in together like we were talking about personal branding. Since this is going to come out, hopefully by then, no procrastination. Everything's going to be launched, and Blackheart Financial Solutions is going to be out.
But don't put too much pressure on yourself at the same time. You'll get it done.
Yes. I just need a couple things, and then everything will be out and running. And for me, it's just same thing. Just continue showing up, doing my best at everything. Still go to practice and wrestling training, and stay in
hustle
the
don't
gym.
stop.
Hustle don't stop. Or it's like grind don't stop, hustle don't quit. But yeah, just continue doing the same things, and consistency. The power of the compound effect. Every single little thing that you do is going to add.
About that. Yes.
I love that book too. Just like continue showing up, and here soon I'll be hearing either good news or bad news when it comes to wrestling, and I just want to, like I said, I'm just going to continue doing the same thing, putting in that consistency and the hard work, because at some point something's gonna stick.
Something's gotta give, yeah.
Something's gonna stick, and if it is meant to be, we'll run fast, break shit, and if not, then you transition, you switch gears, and you do the next thing, you adjust. So, and that's one thing that we do also. It's like I'll come up to him and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, and it's like, do we switch gears? Do we keep doing what we're doing? Do we change something? It's like, do we fine tune? Do we tweak things? And again, surround yourself with people that want to see you succeed. There is a lot of hate and envy out there in the world. There's a lot of people that are going to pretend that they are on your team, but really they're just preying on your downfall. And yeah, surround yourself with good people. Continue putting in the work. Be consistent. Show up tired. Show up upset. Show up with tears in your eyes. I'm like, I will cry.
Yeah.
But I'll do it.
Yeah.
With tears in my eyes.
But also, with that, take time for decompression.
Practice the pause.
Practice the pause.
Practice the freaking pause.
Yeah, I like that.
Well,
And-
I think, yep.
Pause.
I think what we've learned here, and I think everybody should understand, is that, follow your passion, follow your gut,
Yes.
and put yourself 1,000% all into it, and good things will come about it.
And if you're tired, take a nap and keep going.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for taking your time, driving
Thank
all
you
the way
for
up here for the
having
show. I
us.
really
we
appreciate it.
came just for the show. Drove
Yeah,
over here
literally
straight
just
from
that.
Miami.
Lies. We'll see you tonight, body slamming each other and doing all that
Dale.
stuff. Adrian, I love you, bro. Thank you
I
so
love
much,
you,
man.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you,
Thank you so
Nikki.
much for having me.
Dale. Oye, pose la pila y practice the pause.